Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, very briefly this morning, the word I want us to talk about is guidance. Guidance in Islam. So we find that two words were translated to guidance in the Quran, like Huda and Rashid or Rushd. Both words were translated to guidance in the Quran, sometimes used interchangeably, the translation, guidance, guide, and the likes. But what really do they mean? And this is important because we say the Huda like 17 times or 19 times every day. At least 17 times or 19 times every day. In Surah Al-Fatiha, you say, Ihdina sirat al-mustaqim. So, and of course, translators have it as guide us to the right path, you see. So, but what does Huda really mean, you see? So, Huda in classical Arabic is actually said of like a lighthouse. Like the scenario is being on a ship and it's dark and you don't know where you're going, but you're seeking land, and you just happen to see like a lighthouse from afar, you see. So the lighthouse from afar, so basically you just, as soon as you see it, you just like, thank God, and you just start steering your ship towards it. The lighthouse, that is the beacon that is blinking from afar, that is Huda, that is guidance. So that is Huda. That's what in classical Arabic is referred to as Huda. And so when we say Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim, this is what we are seeking. This is what we're seeking. We are seeking this beacon of light of Sirat al-Mustaqim. And this is what we are, and this is what Huda really means. This is what guidance means. Now, Rushd or Rashid, what it really means is Rushd is said of direction. So instead of giving someone direction or being like a tour guide, for instance, you have to get to this particular place. The person that takes you and takes you to the place, Murshida, you see, that's the person that not just gives you direction, but is by your side. Somewhat of, say, the person that's holding the camel and guiding it to wherever they're going. And so this is, so there is, with Huda, there is the beacon, there is the light. You can see it from afar. And then the Rushd is basically the captain on the ship. And the captain on the ship knows the path. This is the difference between the human Rushd or guidance and the spiritual Rushd or Huda, which is that Allah is the one, Allah said in the Quran that He is actually the one that bestows guidance, Huda, on anyone, you see. And of course, it is only Allah, or by Allah's mercy, that will receive this rushd. So it is one thing to see the beacon, and it's another thing to be guided every step of the way to it. You can see the beacon, you can see the light, and in your in you trying to get there, you miss the road and you get to a dead end. Or you can even be going this way towards the light and you get to a dead end, because it's like a maze, for instance. You can get to a dead end because you are missing the rushd, you see. So it is important to not only seek for the beacon, the light, but also seek the rushd, the guidance, the direction every step of the way. I'm reminded of the Ashab al-Kahf. They said, Rabbana atina min ladunka rahmatan wa ayyid lana min amrina rashadan. And through that, Allah guided them to sleep for as long as they slept and made them a source of guidance till eternity, basically, because now we are reading the story and we're learning from their stories. So this is Rushd. Rushd is the guidance from step by step, and of course, Huda is that beacon of light. You can have Rushd or Rashid, but not have Huda. But you can have Huda and not have Rashid also. You see? But the best thing is to have both. That way, one is certain, or one's soul is certain, or one's hereafter is certain of receiving Allah's mercies. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa sallim. May Allah guide us to understand His words and to act upon it and to understand it deeply. And so when you start reciting the Quran, you start finding that they actually used side by side in a lot of places. Huda and Rushd, you find that they are used side by side. And of course, they don't mean the same thing, you see. And so this is why classical Arabic, understanding classical Arabic is important. Allahumma salli wa sallim, ameen. May Allah give us His Rushd. May Allah give us His Huda. May Allah be our Murshida through this path. And may Allah guide us to the path that pleases Him. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa sallam taslim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.